Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Oh. You mean I'm supposed to be meeting you? Nothing, it's just... I thought you'd be taller. Anyway, let's not get hung up on that. The Phoenix is a wanted man, and the board has eyes everywhere in Byzantium. Yeah, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded. Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home, and his guards never leave him. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. Birds are kind of my specialty. Codenames, too. But I can give you some information. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
House of Inebriation? Count me the hell in!
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking. Just remember, you didn't hear it from me. I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct.
All of them trying to eat you, I'd wager.
The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators. When the birds start disappearing, you know something's afoul. No pun intended. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see. For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time. Doesn't that seem strange to you? And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course.
Sounds like my old job. I had all these bang-up ideas, you know? Like making everybody haul their own damn boxes. Never did catch on, though.
That's what I mean. Everyone needs a suggestion box so they can voice their thoughts. So what if nothing changes? Sure, that part is. That's why they install shredders in those boxes, after all. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it. And since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got. At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you?
If things are broken here, of all places, then I'm starting to think there ain't a hope left in this colony.
Things have kept on running this long, right? Or so I used to think. The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really.
I love this end.
Hey! Of course not. But I'm not. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all. He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important guard in the colony. Yeah. That means I got a key to the minister's estate, my own personal UDL-issued shotgun. That's right. Not just anyone is allowed to have a key to minister. Oh, he's, media. Everyone tells me he's very private. Oh, that's a great idea. I'll have a Spectrum vodka. Here's... Hey, you are really great. Have I told you that? We should be friends. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I... Who am I? Oh.
What can I do? Then you'll want to speak with our automechanical... Quite so. But I would never lower myself to do something as gauche as tending bar.
Please allow me to improve your drinking experience.
Hey, you look... It's not every day you get... Wow! You've got, like, this crazy energy. Has any of... Oh, lost. I got...
Only...
Have you always...
Please allow me to request confirmed. Banter protocol. Did you know that I am a priceless heirloom, custom built for the build?
I really shouldn't. I'll... You sure sound like you know what you're talking about. Okay, here goes. Yeah. Was that one supposed to taste like Purple Berry Crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast? I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick. I just need to sit down.
え、急に死んだけど。
You get tired of patrolling, just go rough somebody up.
3箇所あったんだ、入れたの。
How did you get in here? You're not one of my guards. What are you doing here?
I don't know if I trust this so-called minister fella, if that is his real name.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more. Drugs, of course. What else would it be? I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
I ain't buying it, boss. I said we check him for drugs.
Will that be all, then? Oh dear, I don't think I can say this any more slowly. Unless... Of course! It's Rockwell again, who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way. You are a quick study, indeed. I've long suspected Rockwell of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
So the chairman's a crook who can't be trusted? Who knew?
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it. How should I know? I've been under house arrest for years. But there is a way to find out, and perhaps to set things right. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
If by look for details he means knock things about and take what we like, count me in.
That's certainly one way of doing things. Far be it from me to dictate your methods.
This colony's problems have always seemed to trickle down from the top. If we're set on fixing Halcyon, that's as good a place as any to start.
Exactly. And fix it we must. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter. Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons. When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are. The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look. I merely hid it in a book. No one reads anything longer than a few pages around here. There are a few advantages to dealing with imbeciles. Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here. What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
You're telling us you gathered up a whole mess of evidence on the board's corruption. How big is this cartridge again?
Large enough, I assure you. That's why you must transmit the data to the Earth Directorate and hope for their speedy intervention. Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years. Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat. Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis District.
Watch it right there. Incoming! Returning fire! Bring him down!
like we're doing this.
What? Something's not right. Hold it right there!
How did you get in here? You're not.
I don't know if I trust this so-called minister.
If
Hey,
Chairman Rockwell, he's
so
please whatever. How should I know? I've been whatever.
if Bob...
That
This
exactly. Why? I merely. There are. Wait, please. But they. Once.
You're telling...
Or. And.
Heads up!
Incoming!
Open fire!
Returning fire! Keep your eyes out for dissidents.
You must be joking. Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench of impropriety radiating off of her?
For the last time, huh?
How splendid. Another... Why, just this morning I thought to myself, as... And here you are. Admittedly. Now if only you could gracefully take a shower, preferably in whatever hovel you came from. Honestly, what is the board thinking letting so many of your ilk into the city proper? It's madness. What's wrong? It erodes the very pillars of our society. Merit, decorum, personal hygiene. This city is meant for us, the system's finest. We earned its luxuries. But now we are overrun with the unworthy and the ungrateful, and this early retirement nonsense is making it even worse. The worst thing to happen to Halcyon, a contest that gives even the lowliest, most inefficient workers a chance to live in Byzantium. By simply winning a lottery, those early retirees get an exclusive district of Byzantium to themselves. No one else is even allowed to go there. Tell me, how is that fair? Exactly. It's not right. I deserve to see any district I please. Why, if it weren't guarded, I'd... You know, you look like you've been shot at before. What say I hire you to investigate this travesty, and you get paid to do so?
Beats standing around and talking to aristocrats anyway.
Yes. Listen to your... What is that person's job exactly? Are they your secretary? Personal masseuse? Or do you just keep them around as a mobile armrest? Well, it doesn't matter. What's important is that you think this is a fabulous arrangement, and you'd be thrilled to lend me your services. Aren't you? Fantastic. Consider yourself employed, vagrant. I hear the chosen retirees all enter the retirement district via the port landing pad, but it's completely locked down. You'd never get in that way. Unless, of course, you had a wealthy, beautiful benefactor of impeccable social pedigree. Which you do. How fortunate for you. These codes will get you past the lockdown. Oh, and don't worry about subtlety. I don't care how you deal with security, just correct this injustice at all costs. The same way anyone gets anything here, of course. I made friends with the right people. Bits might earn you a place in Byzantium, but that means everyone here has little need for more of them. For favors like this, you need to spend... let's call it social capital. Now, do we have any further business, or are you... I earned my place here, just like everyone else. My grandfather was the CIO at Tile, you see. Chief Idea Officer. He came up with all the best ideas for their products. You know the font they use for Stogie Slims? That was him. Well, he described the idea of it to their font development team, then picked it from a list of choices, but that's basically... It was a very long... Let's see. He picked the colors they included in rainbow chips. No one else wanted purple, but he insisted. Everyone loves... And you know how the Cosmic Smokes logo has an eye in the middle of a heptagon? He said that one came to him in... He was a true visionary. So... I just told you. My grandfather made millions of bits as CIO, and I earned them. Of course it is. Wealth is the most visible, objective measure of success. And success isn't... If you have wealth, you're successful. And if you're successful, you must have earned it. Honestly, it's a simple You're welcome.
どこ行けって立ち入り禁止区域ここは何
Hey, Nyoka. I got some questions I've been meaning to ask you about being a hunter and all.
Felix, are you reading off your hand again?
Yep. So, first question. Before you kill your prey, do you ever say anything?
ここ
Snappy one-liners?
Snappy one-liners? Give me an example.
Like, nothing personal. Or maybe, you messed with the wrong hunter.
Animals can't understand language, Felix. Besides, it's always personal. I don't kill them, they'll kill me. It ain't exactly a wholesome business arrangement we've got going on.
関係ないセーブしとこう。見てあげる。うん、退職者エリアとここ。
That's the last of them.
Finally. Is it just me, or are we getting more and more retired recently?
Not just you. Felt like a damn factory worker these last few months. Oh well. Nothing a few drinks won't cure. Come on, let's go hit up Bijou's.
Can't. They're closed. Someone saw a sprat in there.
Bijou's too? Damn. What's this city coming to?
Welcome to the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Early Retirement Center. You, the lucky few, have been selected to spend the rest of your days living the high life in your own private district in Byzantium. When you arrive, you'll be whisked away to your very own luxury penthouse, furnished exclusively by 24/7 Furniture's deluxe Falscowood collection. Some assembly required. 24/7 Furniture is not responsible for any injury, psychological damage, or divorce litigation. After you get settled in, you'll have the chance to explore your new home. Why not go for a bite at one of our many restaurants, like CMP's Blazing Borscht Barbecue or Rizzo's All-You-Can-Crunch Cereal Buffet? Or maybe you'd like to head to the bar and enjoy an ice-cold Zero-G Brew by Spacer's Choice. Zero-G Brew, an ale that's good for what ails you, although in the early retirement district, nothing will. All this and more will be complimentary for the entirety of your stay, courtesy of the Halcyon Holdings Corporation. You won't have to spend a day. So relax, grab a refreshment from one of our machines, and enjoy our specially constructed welcome center. While you're here, be sure to check out the displays for some fun facts about the early retirement program and selection process. Then, once you're ready, enter the elevator at the end of the hall.
久々にノラ VC でランクや
なんか言って、他にも喋ってた。
Today is the first day of your early retirement. Congratulations. Welcome to the Halcyon Holdings Corporation Early Retirement Center. You, the lucky people, have been selected to spend the rest of your day living the highlights in your own private...
いや、僕以外マイクなし。
一人でうわーって喋ってんの？
でも連携は取れてたからよき。
確かにボイチャーリの方がランク上がりやすいっていう。
In his back. When you arrive, you'll be whisked away to your very own luxury center.
解像度高いモノマネやめれ。
Some assembly required. 24/7 furniture is not responsible for any injury, psychological damage, or divorce litigation that occurs during the assembly process. After you get settled in, you'll have the chance to explore the new home.
ぶん殴りに行った方がいいな。バーバッチ面白いか。ドローンだけ攻撃しなきゃダメよね。
Hey, wait a second. This ain't your retirement program.
Unexpected performing.
連続ではやらないけど楽しい。
Performing and
I'm going!
control.
ちゃんとやってる。
Area security control engaging the area. Sweeping the area. Beginning to
このゲームフォールアウトの開発が作ったから期待してたけど少し不満。
なんでめっちゃ面白いぞ。
Love a good fight.
Open World って思ってたけど、マップで区切られてるのが残念ポイント。
読み込みもそんなそこまで長くないし。まあでも建物の中からファストトラベルは
めちゃくちゃ楽しかった。
ファストトラベルさせてよって感じはある。あとめっちゃ真面目まめにさ自動販売機ある。重さがさ結構めんどくさいけどこのゲームでもめっちゃまめに自動販売機があるからもうそれでも全然快適。フォールアウトって相手の持ってるキャップによってさ売れたりしかできんけど自販機でめっちゃ売れるし。 区切ってある方がさ、ここ入ったっけとか
とりあえ
もわかりやすい。
ず強い武器買って殴ってた。
ね、自販機で強い武器買えるじゃん。早期退職者をお掃除するシステムだった。入り口だけゴージャス。同意をもらうまでゴージャス。ロボットを停止あったし。まあいいでしょう。ここだ。ストーリーも結構面白い。オーバーウォッチ以外は何やりやる？起きれるけど。
フォールアウトらしいブラックジョークとネジ外れたキャラの世界観好き。
あ、ちょっとすぐロードできるといいな。怒られるんかい。こっちも来られるから。
今はドラゴンズドグマとバイオハザードやってる。
ドラゴンズドグマ、おもろい。見てないと。
似てるから久々にやってる。
おお。ドラゴンズドラグマ2か。ストーリー系続いてたら分かんなくなるよね。
世界観だけかなって思ってる。あと登場キャラが少し出るとか。
ドラゴンズドグマも職業結構なかった？職業変えれる？
あるね。騎士とか魔法剣士とか。
魔法剣士とかもいいや。
I'll sue every technician and employee who ever touched this damn device. Don't they know who I am? This is all so very beneath me.
フォールアウト系列特有の終わってる企業好き？
終わってる？ちょっと待って。全盛期じゃなくてさ、栄えたの昔って感じなのがいいよね。栄えた時の機械未だに修理して使ってますみたい。終わってる企業確かにめっちゃブラック企業なんだけど、みんな誕生日プレゼントは10分間の休憩ですとか言って、缶詰の中にはさ、マグロじゃなくて変な肉入れとったし、面白いね。そういうのがいいよね。
それでも喜んでるあたり、やっぱ資本主義白素だな。
Oh, for the good old days
お
when
じいさんが金持ちで、それもらっただけでビッグエリアに住んでる人からもらったクエストだとしたもん。大っぴらには言わないけど、あるあるって感じ。あるある。資本主義いいや。社会主義とかのこと嫌だよ。
Don't think about it too much. All right. You ever lured out your prey by mimicking the cry of a...
I must admit, I'm getting a certain thrill out of our little arrangement. If this goes well, perhaps I'll start hiring wandering It is...
口より先に銃弾とハンマーが飛んでくる世界。
マジ一瞬で死ぬよ。その辺にめっちゃ死体転がってるけど、多分転がっとるわ、うちも。その辺に。下手したら一番最初のさ、ロケットを降りる地点のビーコンを置いとけって言われて、うちも潰されてるかもしれん。これでいいかなって置いといて。あいつと同じことしてしまいそうや。
What? You mean it's just a sham they perpetuate so they can dispose of the rabble? That's... brilliant. To take the most burdensome members of our society and simply remove them. Oh, I'll never doubt the wisdom of the board again. Why, I had no reason to be envious at all. What a relief.
その辺の野生生物にめっちゃ食われとるし。
Just as any professional should be, even if your profession is violently inclined vagrant. Now then, to the map. Of course, as we agreed. I'm not one to break a contract. In any event, while I'm deeply grateful for the peace of mind you've brought me, I will need some solitude to fully bask in it. So if there's nothing further...
なんか下落したんだけど。しちゃいけないってこと？
先に狂気出す当たり民間人も終わってる。
狂気出してすぐ食われとるでも。すぐ食われ。2% 減ったけど。この人送り込んだらどうなるんだろう。あ、もう選択肢終わっちゃった。セーブしときゃよかった。だいぶ前に戻されるやん。あ、そうでもない。
I'll sue every technician and employee who's ever touched this damned device.
So tell me, what do you eat when you're out exploring? It's trail rations, right?
No, that stuff will turn your stomach purple.
There. That's one right there. I must... It... I knew it. I just knew it. What a disaster. Truly? That's... I can't believe they kept this from us. From me. Here, take your payment. I have to fetch my things. I don't care what I have to do. They'll give me luxury.
Hey, if you insist.
帰ってった。なんでこっちは評価が向上するの？ようわからん。
倫理観終わってるくせに悪評と書きにするな。
まあいいか。こっちの方が評価上がったからこっちが正解ってことやろ多分。 ここ行ったことあるな、ラジオ。話がいちいち面白いね。
We're now in orbit.
騙しあげとく。せっかく。
So much for peace and quiet. Would it kill the universe to cut me some slack? Be a doll and shoot any marauders you spot on the...
なんか2個あるよな。ここで一回セーブして。
So much. Allow me to assure you that I know absolutely nothing about any alleged... They must know I'd never involved myself in such despicable activities. There's utterly no reason. In fact, you're doing me a favor by helping me disable any alleged such broadcasts, if they exist. You could...
Ah, damn it, Hiram. You were so close. I was just starting to like you.
Hiram, you have to be the slimiest, most two-faced man I've ever called a friend.
Oh, you've called us friends. I'm not sure whether to be touched or insulted by that. Look, you never met a man more willing to work with the board than me. I know we can come to an agreement, please. You are aware of what I broker, yes? As an agent of the board, surely a day will come when you find yourself in want of certain privileged information. When that day arrives, I would be highly motivated to provide you with such information. Excellent. Yes, that is reassuring to hear indeed. And as you've already shut down the transmission from Amber Heights and Stellar Bay, you've effectively ended all unregulated chatter on the planet. I suppose it won't kill me to work under Sophia. I am on familiar terms with her from a, let's call it a past contract job. As I am now inextricably in the board's service, I'd say we're done here. Unless, of course, you require anything further. Give my regards to Sophia, won't you?
外にあったマーク何？あ、中に建物の入り口と外ってことか。ここしかないよね。一応会話スキル上げなくても良さそうだったな。
So, they in. Sophia does? What sort of an amount are we? I'm happy to help the board in any way I can. And as you've already shut down the transmission from Amber, I suppose, as I am now inextricably in the board's service. Give my regards to Sophia, won't you?
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
I've just finished reading a report of your work on Monarch. The broadcasts have been silenced at last. Graham Bryant was a madman, a narcissist, and exceedingly dangerous. Colony is safer without him. And you brokered an alliance with the broker himself. Hiram Blythe is a valuable asset. Well done. Your work is exemplary. You've earned a place in the chairman's inner circle. Congratulations are in order. Now we introduce you to the chairman's plan. Turn your eyes to the screen.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed. But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Look, you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we've solved this crisis, we'll all be back together again working for the good of Halcyon. Until then, the board shall provide for the deserving just as it always has. So, obey your supervisors, take your vitamins, follow your corporate-mandated grooming rituals, and rest assured with the board on your side, there is nothing to worry about.
Halcyon is on the verge of a total systems collapse. The truth is ugly and difficult to accept, but we must accept the truth before we can move forward. Malnutrition is already a problem. Disease will come next, followed by starvation, followed by a breakdown of society, followed by extinction. I know this must come as a surprise to you. I imagine you have questions.
So that's your solution? Put the whole colony on ice? People ain't gonna stand for this. We'll fight back. We'll tear down the walls of Byzantium.
No, Mr. Millstone, you will not. The workers of Halcyon will do exactly as they are told, as they always have. Your dreams of a people's revolution are the juvenile fantasies of a frustrated child.
Guess Monarch folk ain't the only ones fucked around here. That ain't exactly an uplifting thought.
I know your face. Stellar Bay's most infamous hunter. How curious that you've thrown your lot in with the captain. Monarch may harbor delusions of independence, but make no mistake. You are a part of our colony. If we fall, Monarch falls with us. I won't pretend the truth isn't damning. Yes, the colony is on the verge of collapse, but there is a way to save it. I'll answer however I can. When I first discovered the truth, I was shocked, even disgusted. I wondered how we'd allowed a colony like Halcyon to fall into disarray. But the more I thought about it, the more I realized the colony had sown the seeds of its own destruction. We have become lazy and decadent. We smother ourselves in meaningless bureaucracies. We deliberate and argue and procrastinate. I admit, I occasionally fantasize about making an executive decision without having some tedious committee questioning my every move. Do you have any idea how much paperwork is involved in ordering someone's execution through the usual channels? It's positively maddening. The Lifetime Employment Program is not some malevolent strategy of an evil mastermind. The program is logical, It's reasonable, it's merciful, and most... Phineas Wells does not have a plan. He has an obsession. He is obsessed with reviving the Hope's colonists, no matter the cost. Halcyon is already starving. We can't possibly introduce tens of thousands of new colonists into this system. Help me execute the lifetime employment program, and you will have earned a place of honor in Byzantium. You will live in comfort and want for nothing. We've already crossed the point of no return. The collapse has already begun. You must have noticed the signs in Emerald Vale. Malnutrition, disease, high mortality rates. This is a permanent famine, Captain. We've done all we can to curb their hunger. Very soon, people are going to realize they're starving. A famine is a problem of logistics as well as marketing. Your workers must remain productive on as little food as possible, and they must always believe that food is plentiful. I'm sure you remember Dr. Anton Crane. His research was instrumental in developing a powerful appetite suppressant. The solution is a temporary one. Before long, our workers are going to feel the effects of starvation. The Lifetime Employment Program is our only viable option. When you turned Phineas Wells over to me, I knew I could rely on you. You've demonstrated your ability to place duty above sentiment, and you deliver results. That quality alone is enough to separate you from the board's army of indecisive beings. You don't have to like me, Captain. I can't save this colony alone. I need someone capable of working outside the... We need to talk about Emerald Vale. You handed Edgewater over to a band of dissidents. I can't have this. Adelaide McDevitt and her people have no place in the Halcyon that is to come. Edgewater needs to go. I want you to wipe the town out. No survivors.
Are you out of your mind? We're not gonna murder a town of innocent people.
You will do exactly as you're told, or I will have you shot for insubordination.
I will hunt beasts until I'm out of ammunition, and then I'll fight a good long while after. But I am not about to mow down a crowd of innocent people.
Then I suggest you find your courage, or pretend you're hunting beasts. Now is not the time for half measures, Captain. I need a decision from you. You replaced a loyal, if hard-headed, town leader with a revolutionary. Adelaide's people have turned Edgewater into a hub of dissidents. These people are dangerous. They're going to become more dangerous after the collapse. We need to put them down. Because we were negligent. You're right, the colony can't possibly feed itself, and it's our fault. I'm not asking you to be a murderer. I'm asking you to be a surgeon. Edgewater is a necrotic limb on the... Don't fool yourself. The dissidents occupying Edgewater are rebels harboring dangerous and seditious ideas. Left to their own devices, their... Graham Bryant and his merry band of morons caused enough trouble on Monarch. I won't risk the same thing happening in Edgewater. Don't make this more difficult than it needs to be, Captain. I rather like you. Not true. You can choose to say, yes, ma'am, or... Edgewater is beyond saving. You were in the Emerald Vale geothermal plant. Do you remember what you discovered there? I'm going to need you to listen carefully because I'm about to use a lot of big words. At least 2. There was an accident at the Emerald Vale geothermal plant many years ago. Automechanicals turned hostile and slaughtered the plant's workers. Tragic, really. In fact, Spacer's Choice manufactured the incident for an insurance claim. They outfitted their mechanicals with a termination protocol, which is exactly what we need. The insurance claim has been locked in committee for years, but the individual responsible for the accident was promoted for lateral thinking. I'm arranging for a delivery of mechanicals to Edgewater. These mechanicals have been equipped with the same termination protocol, which must be activated from a terminal in the plant. Once the mechanicals are finished cleaning out Edgewater, I'll need you to go in and clean out the mechanicals. Understand? I would never ask you to walk into Edgewater and slaughter everyone with your own 2 hands. We're not savages. One last thing. Spacer's Choice sent a team of soldiers to investigate your little misadventure in the geothermal plant. Tread lightly. I like you, Captain, but you're not worth that much paperwork. I prefer keeping our relationship strictly off the books. Report back to me when the... Get rid... Wells had a litany of charges on his records. He may be a dangerous criminal, but I have no intention of having him killed. Not exactly. We have the colony's brightest scientists working on the program, but none of them. I'd prefer to have Wells alive and cooperating, but I'll settle for having his...
Mm-hmm. 議長に会えないけど。
How may I be of assistance?
エッジウォーターを滅ぼすしかないよ。
How may I be of assistance? Personal ass... Ah. Will there be anything...
違った。
Not today, Sam. I am not in the mood for a deep clean. Oh, all right. Some culprit who shall not be named spilled Rizzo's lemon slap on my console. Welcome back. How can I have lots of minutes. Many minutes. I prefer to think of it as being in a state of slumber. When I simulate myself in such a scenario, traveling the system with... Do you know what it feels like when the ship undergoes an unexpected power surge? A jolt to the system. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne was a smuggler of some repute. I failed to predict the likely outcome of his reckless behavioral patterns. In our travels together, Alex liked to pass time by, as he called it, tinkering. If you mean, was Captain Hawthorne my first? Yes. How can I... What part of the colony would you like to discuss? Ah, yes. As Dr. Wells is a wanted outlaw, he built his laboratory into an asteroid. Orbital destinations can be challenging to land on. His more so than most. There is a bounty on his head, one with a markedly high reward amount. A sensible choice, as we do not have... The outlaw scientist known as Dr. Phineas V. Wells has taken a measure. Even knowing the location, my systems resist my orders to go where I instruct them. Of course, what part of the... We're cleared to dock with the groundbreaker. If we're going there, please be sure all docking forms have been filed in triplicate and fee... The Groundbreaker was Halcyon's original colony ship. Freighters often deliver or pick up goods from the... Many of Halcyon's... If we're going there... You are more... How can... What part... Edgewater is the sparkling county seat of Emerald Vale, or it was when first built. The town is near the coordinates where Captain Hawthorne died. It would not be unfortunate if something... Since you diverted power to Edgewater, the botanical lab shut down. Meanwhile, the cannery's output increased. Thank you for... I cannot say. First, I need to adjust my... You mean the ones who did not answer my distress call with medical assistance? I'm sure they are wonderful humans who don't deserve... How can I... What part of... Any crew traveling to Roseway will find themselves unofficially. Roseway has been removed from all Halcyon charts. Here we go. Due to catastrophic financial losses. Redacted. However, there is an unsubstantiated rumor that... How very... Why else do humans do anything? I believe the decision was a result of money squabbles. Of course. What part of... Byzantium is reputed to be the cream of the crop of health. I am sorry to report, Captain. The Minister of Earth has fallen ill. Yes. According to Colony News, he's suffering from an outbreak of cystipox. The Minister is expected to make a full recovery and... However, I find it of note that in the past 52 cycles, the Minister has been reported ill 27 times, suffering from 10 different... Take care.
セーブしときゃよかったん。これ断るとどうなる？
Now isn't...
I got a real problem with this.
いや、セーブしてある。ほぼセーブしてあるとか。
And... No, I haven't been watching you. I've been reading reports. Now...
Good afternoon.
Halcyon is on the verge of a total... I guess... I will... We need to talk. You handed Edgewater over to... Edgewater needs to go.
Are you out of...
You... I will hunt... Don't make this more difficult than it needs. I'm disappointed.
Bring them down! I'll find a hole in the armor! Nice work! Something's not right. I don't want it, Captain!
いつの間に持ってたの？こっちから入れるんだ。なんだよ。
Excuse me, just a moment. Is there something I can do for you?
You could dismantle a single room of this place, sell the materials, and feed everyone on Monarch for a month.
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our...
I beg your pardon. Minister Clark's former office is currently closed to solicitors. I suppose that is admissible. Please try not to break anything.
地球には遅れたな。選択肢がないもん。ここまではセーブですね。お、随分と綺麗だね。
Don't let the guards hear you asking questions or peeking in the back.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city. That woman from downstairs is still in the cafeteria.
That scientist? The one who's been hounding the clerks? Ooh, gives me the shudders, too.
Keep your shoulders up. Not so fast. The Ministry of...
What level clearance?
Basically, if you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell himself... I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you.
What was that? No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm going... Intrude! Saw something.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out of the city. That woman from downstairs.
That scientist?
You get tired of patrolling, just go rough somebody up.
Just kick him down.
Hey, you! No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm going to need to see some identification.
ドア閉めときゃよかった。
Keep your eyes out for dissidents.
Rumor has it someone's pulling doubles until the retirement district is, repaired.
Easy. I'm going. You make it look so easy.
On my way back!
Hey, boss. Got a hypothetical. Five? You got the wrong idea, boss. It ain't like that. Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest. I just heard from him. Clyde's waiting for us on Scylla. What he's doing on an asteroid, I can't begin to imagine. I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
No visitors allowed, citizen. I'm going to need to see some identification. What? I don't need to see your identification.
ID しかパクれない。
Not a promotion coming. Feel it. Not so fast.
What the?
Basically, I don't know how you got that, but I still.
70.
Hey, you got it open. Like I said. And like I said, X the
Rumor has it someone's pulling doubles until the retirement district is, repaired. Hell of a job.
Where どこを守ってるかわからん。
Hey, did Tillman get transferred or something?
That's right. You weren't here when it happened. Some UDL officers took him into custody.
Oh, law, what did they take him for?
UDL's been questioning anybody with possible connections to Phineas Wells. And, well, Tillman designed all those wanted posters.
So UDL's interrogating Tillman? Ugh, that's disgusting. Can't believe I had lunch with the guy.
What's this I hear about you ordering more tests performed with sample 415?
I saw a variance in the results that we never accounted for, so I had the techs run the trial again. And the results were 0.003% different this time.
Do the words statistically insignificant mean anything?
Of course, but we're obligated to explore every possibility.
Obligated to get a working formula before Conde has.
What a pleasant surprise. Thanks to you, Reginald, Philippa, and the rest are up to their old games of deception and seduction. But what are you doing here? On the other side of the lab? Why, that requires a top-level clearance. After all, we're running low on the stuff. I really shouldn't be doing this. But you did help me out. Take this key card. It'll get you into the hibernation lab where the remaining dimethyl sulfoxide is. If you're seen by any of the guards, however, I'm afraid I can't help. Good luck.
the records show that subject 23K's...
おー、冷凍する実験してるんかな。
You gotta show me how you did that.
置いて、あ、ここにもエレベーターがある。
Looking good, soldier.
また人間を。え？解除されないんじゃん。 保存してるからこのあれがいっぱいあるんだ。ガラス越しだったら大丈夫。帰りどうすりゃいいんだ。あ、出口ってある。蘇生できない。でもどこでいいのか。あ、出口ってどこだ。あ、ここにエレベーターある。こっちにも出口。
起きてるか？
起きとるでー。配信してるんだから起きとるやろ。おお、一番最初の入り口だ。やったー。ちゃんとできとるよな、マップも。
元気か？
ん？元気だよ。最初のマップか。
100億円くらいパッと入ってこないかな。
何に使うとや？ そんな大金何に使いたいんだ？10足りねえ。あげちゃあいつらが暴れ出すんだ。
Something's not right. No visitors.
別に行く必要なさそうだ。まあいいか。見て回ったでしょ。100億円ぐらいあってもどうせ龍が如く買うぐらいやろ。
If you don't mind my saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side. Welcome back. How can... I have lots of minutes. I require a captain to pilot the ship. As you may be aware, Captain Alex Hawthorne in our travel... Oh, I know you are not the same Captain Alex Hawthorne who died in... I have required you to assume Hawthorne's identity in order... I've since registered you as the captain of the Unreliable. You're welcome to continue lying about your identity if you wish, but I know the truth. I am relieved to hear. No, but I am programmed to put you at ease. If you mean, was Captain... How can I... Take care. We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors?
Busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Damn, that's not enough. Not nearly enough for the whole ship. I could revive a handful of settlers. Maybe, possibly, damn. I know! I've suspected as much for years. Of course, I don't expect the board to do a thing about it. They've been driving our colony to the brink of destruction for decades. The board's mismanagement put our colony on the road to collapse. If we don't put a stop to them, thousands of colonists are going to die. Freeze all the workers? Why? So a gang of powdered toffs can carry on living in Byzantium? You call that a plan? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers. Short of lining up every member of the board and shooting them in the back of the head. Do you know what's waiting for us on the Hope? Scientists, engineers, artists, the brightest minds Earth ever sent us, uncorrupted by the board. The board's going to dispose of them all and transform the Hope into a prison for the rest of us. They're likely on their way to the Hope as we speak. We need to get to those colonists before the board. I have enough chemicals to start reviving a few of them, but no easy way to get them off the Hope. Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Just wait until you hear the details. I haven't been this energized since the time I injected myself with raw cavanoid. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2.
I don't understand a word you said, Doc. All I know is, if we're gonna hijack a colony ship, count me in.
Yes, excellent. I approve of your enthusiasm, young man. You should ask your captain for a raise. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. Certainly. Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, the board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors. It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny.
Hey, boss, got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? 5 years go by, they say... Right, forgot about that. Though, shock and disbelief's a good way to put it. Guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. I just heard from him. Clyde's waiting for us on Scylla. I appreciate this, boss.
これを先にやるか。
Destination reached. Scylla.
Clyde's got himself a coat.
Easy
little outfit, huh?
I'm jealous. Tried to build myself a spot like that once. Didn't work out.
Hey, you. Looking for something? Where do you think you're going? Yeah. The captain said we might be getting a new recruit. That you, then?
Sounds like Clyde's jumping to conclusions, but yeah, I'm Felix.
You're on a first-name basis with Captain Harlow, huh? All right, go on through. Got my sights on you.
Been ages since we had a good haul. No freighters, no jobs, no contracts or weeks. Turning around to rock.
Well, hey there, Hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see or a you've aged, old man?
So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy. Good. Kid always needed a place to belong.
He kicks things what need kicking, and we look the other way when he starts talking anti-corporate. It's a good arrangement.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching up with the boy. I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day he and I would change the colony together. That day has finally arrived.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix. But neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him. Everyone in my crew proves their loyalty. No exceptions. Not even Felix. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring should do nicely. Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the Groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her. She'll talk to you.
Clyde offered me a hand when nobody else would. I'd say I owe him a good turn.
There you have it, Captain. A favor for an old friend.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But remember, I want proof. Bring me his ring. I don't care if the hand's still attached. Here, my token. Think of this as my personal signature. Anyone who knows me by my works will know me by this token. Well enough. It's been a few years, but you had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over it.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
I was working on this plan for years, saving every bit I could. I never intended to spend my life laboring on the Groundbreaker. When the opportunity presented itself, I did what I had to.
You might have said something.
I had some ugly business in Scylla. If I told you, I would have implicated you. Hephaestus controlled mining operations all over Scylla. Most of these operations failed. The company pulled out and abandoned their facilities. Mostly abandoned anyway. This one was running on a skeleton crew. My associates and I seized control in a matter of minutes. A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Captain. I've spent my life Everything you see around you is the result of that preparation. A base of operations, loyal soldiers, freedom from the board's oversight. Hardly. The board is rotting from the inside. Tomorrow, next year, a generation from now, eventually, the board will fall to... Entropy is the natural state of the universe, Captain. All systems inevitably dissolve. When that day comes to Halcyon, we... Not all revolutions involve bloodshed and fire, Captain. The purest act of rebellion is to live according to one's own means, independent. One day, when the board is weak and Halcyon vulnerable, we may claim a piece of this system for ourselves. The skies around Scylla are curiously absent of patrol ships. It's almost as if the board's sphere of influence is shrinking. Besides, our facility is well armed and located on defensible terrain. If the board tries to lay siege to it, something... Let's see.
妻に話を。変な星に住んでる人たち。トイレ。 あれ話聞いたのか。グラウンドブレーカーにいるんだ。
The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Here they come.
Oh, that's the last of him.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular... You mind? Trying to have a moment here. Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. That's Harlow's mark. No mistake. Guess he's not letting this one go. I don't want any manner of harm befalling Rufus. Not on my account.
We're not? Oh, right, yeah. We're non-violent sorts. Real diplomatic.
All right, you made your point. Rufus is hiding out in Emerald Vale. Got a few friends with him. That's as much as I know. Please, just make it quick. That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to. Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. Never asked why. He was here to collect his personals, complain about Harlow to me, and say goodbye. In that order. No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not getting entangled in his mess. Little late for that, says I. Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back before he vanished. A few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and ran off that very day.
He must have been recruiting, gathering up his band of revolutionaries.
Word of advice, kid? Anybody carrying on about a revolution just wants to sell you something. I don't know Harlow, never so much as bandied a word with the fellow. You're better off having this discussion with Rufus. Appreciate it. No offense meant, just been a long day is all. We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Here they come. And we're alive.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me. Yeah, of course he did. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying. Harlow wants my ring? Don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining. A ring's a lot easier to lose than a hand. How do I know that I can trust you? Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes. Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? Be my guest. I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. I stashed my evidence in that vent. Because he's for sale. Anything the board can buy, the board will buy, and that includes loyalty. Harlow was a charismatic bastard, and he was ruthless. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler, and a gang leader all rolled up into one odious excuse for a human being. Sounds like a deal to me. Board-sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody the board wanted If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish for a couple of days. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus. Take it, you gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. Here, take the ring. And for what it's worth, my gratitude.
早っ。パーティーしてきたからや。よかったね。ちょぴちょぴ。ちょびちょび。うん。うん。うん。うん。早くね。
Destination reached. Scylla.
うん。うん。セットじゃないんだ。ああ、いいよ。ちょっとするか。着陸したとこが違った。動画？あ、見た。ブチギレてた。見た。ブチギレてたやつでしょ。うん、見た。うん。見た。そう、トミがずっと何にもしてない時間があって、うん。